We are now in chapter 1 of EAS, which is called Automation of Business Process. We are into the diagrams section of how the concepts gets connected with the pictorial representation, accounting life cycle. In the previous sessions, we would have already told what's the flow. Don't change the flow, so I am taking you one after another. We can quickly complete as we have already completed this. So to go as per the life cycle, steps, stages, phases, everything has to be in order. Let's not change the order. What is that? They will talk about the accounting process. So when you wanted to cover your accounting process flow, what is going to be the first one? Source document. So when you say source document, it will be a single entry, and then you will have to provide you the next one called journal. Now journal is going to be apart from the cash and bank entries. What it will lead to? It will lead to posting in the ledger. So when the ledger accounts are prepared, automatically you will have a decent connection and flow of what are the accounting entries. So you will prepare trial balance. Because the trial balance is matching, you cannot ensure that it is trial balance is correct, because it should provide you true and fair view opinion, because it will be without the posting entries, adjustment entries. So you will have to prepare something called adjustments. Once you prepare the adjustments, the trial balance will become adjusted trial balance. The adjusted trial balance is not the end of it. You will have to complete your provisional last month entries, March month entries, which is called provisional or closing entries, and you will have to provide the closing entries. Once it is done, then everything is done. Balance sheet, P&L you can prepare, and that's called your financial statements as per your section 2, subsection 40 of your Companies Act 2013. So why am I writing this? Because you should also connect this with the law. Financial statements, you can connect this with your accounts of companies. Chapter number 9 is your accounts of companies. So you can connect with this. So this is your what cycle? This is your accounting life cycle. So you can remember this very easily. We have already covered this in the concept also. Now what is the next one we are going to cover? We are going to cover purchase life cycle. As I have already told you, mnemonics to remember. Do you remember this mnemonics? PRQ, PRP. If you remember this and then see the diagram, it is enough. You don't need to mug up this diagram. Just understand the connect of the concept. PRQ, PRP, purchase requisition, request for quote, quotation, purchase order, receipt and payment. So what is that they are trying to cover? Any purchase should have a purchase requisition. Correct? So once the purchase requisition is automatically done, you should try to request for quote through the vendor angle. Here the purchases GR, goods received. So we will cover a concept called GR, and we have already covered this. Then you will have to do an invoicing, then receipt and payment. So these are the stages that you will try to have considering this. Now when you try to have the purchase requisition, it can be based on your inputting and giving a credit to purchase order. So you will prepare a purchase order once you find out the vendor. This and all is going to be perspective relating to purchases. Goods receipt, automatically the purchase order will be connected through your vendor. When the vendor wants to give the quotation, he will try to have a receipt and goods receipt and input receipt information. So you will always have a purchase order with this angle and input received information with vendor angle. Now once it is going to be done through the vendor, it will go to invoice details, and then the reconciliation will happen, and then it will go for accounts payable department. Automatically when you try to do that, then receipt and payment will happen. So purchase requisition, request for quote. This request for quote and quote will go here. Request for quote and quote will go here. Purchase order will come here. So 2 and 3 will be covered in this particular flow. Purchase order will cover here. Accounts payable, invoice. When you try to say invoicing, so automatically you will try to say receipt and payment. So purchase order, automatically invoice gets covered, and then it will be covering your receipt and payment, which is nothing but your 5 and 6. So this can be the order for you to see. But what we have done, we have told separately what is for the purchases, how it is getting connected with GR. So because here we will say PO, GRN and VI. Do you guys remember this? These are the three-way connection that we will try to do. So you will always have to remember that it is always going to be done. Now, this three-way connection if you are able to do, that means this particular diagram is very clear. Go back to the previous sessions when we connected this separately P2P life cycle and then see the diagram, you will be able to understand it much better. Okay, so this is the P2P life cycle. What is the next one? OTC, which is called sales life cycle. What did we say here? We told CRP, SIRR as your mnemonics. What is that? Can you guess? Before I start, can you guess what is C? Customer order, record all these things, or then pick release from your warehouse to the factory gate, then from factory gate to customer place shipping, prepare an invoice, have a receipt and payment, and then do a reconciliation. So what is that? The diagram they wanted to talk about, it can be through sales and marketing, customer order has to be fulfilled, then it can be manufactured, it can also be receivables, that means from anyone to anyone, it can also be through sales and marketing. Now, when it covers sales and marketing, this also will get covered, services also will get covered. When we say order, automatically the sales and marketing, they will receive the orders, then they will do recording, they will check inventory, whether it is there or not. If it is there, then they will arrange the transportation and send to the customer. So till reconciliation, this will get completed. Now, check inventory, send information. If there is no inventory, that means if it is yes, then it is going to be perfect. If it is no, send information to the manufacturing. Then product has to be manufactured and then arrange transportation and send it to the customer. So this is the extra step. If you don't have, then what they will do? They will they will manufacture the product and then do. So product manufactured, then they will create an invoice because it's not already been done. Then send it to the customer, receive the payment and close the invoice is what we are trying to do here. It can also route it through here or through the payment and they can go and close the invoice. So the point is very simple. Whether the product is manufactured or not, you will have to check the inventory. If inventory already available, pick release shipping will be perfect. It will go directly to the customer. CRP, SIR are smooth. It is very smooth. If there is going to be no inventory, then send the information to the manufacturing. They will have to check whether they will have to manufacture the product. Yes, after they manufacture the product, they will create an invoice and send to the customer. Then receipt and payment will happen. Receipt and payment will happen automatically. With that, invoice also will be done, reconciliation also will be done. So remember the life cycle called CRP, SIRR, automatically these concepts will easily complete. Now what we have seen in this learning unit, we have seen what is there in accounting life cycle, P2P life cycle and OTC life cycle. In the next session, we will see what are the other diagrams that we have relating to chapter number 1. Thank you.